Police say Isidro Garcia had a tendency to hit his live-in girlfriend. After one such incident, he approached the woman's 15-year-old daughter, who said she had a headache.
He gave her what I'm told are 5 pills. Don't know what those pills are. The next morning she wakes up and she's in a garage in the city of Compton.
Almost 10 years later, police say she was living with Garcia in an apartment complex southeast of L.A. They say he was going by the name Tomas Medrano, but the fake names didn't stop with his fake IDs. They say he created a new identity for the girl, too, making her get a job with him, forcing her to marry him in 2007, moving from city to city, and subjecting her to years of physical and mental abuse.
He tells her that her mother doesn't care, that she can't go to the police because they're going to deport her. She's 15 years old. She's new here. She doesn't get it. I mean, how could anybody? So, I mean, when people say, why doesn't she just, where's she going to go?
Police say that's how the brainwashing started. The two eventually had a child together. Neighbors had no idea.
No, he treated her like a queen.
Police say it was the victim's recent reconnection with a sister through Facebook, which gave her the courage to come forward and tell them who she really was. I'm Andrew.
Again, unbelievable stuff there. Found through Facebook by her sister, held captive for 10 years. Hard to imagine, and yes, you know the story. We've gone through it before, just different victims here. Affiliate KNBC obtained these photos. The woman's face is blurred for her privacy. She was kidnapped at 15, allegedly by mom's boyfriend, Isidro Garcia. Here's his mugshot at the time of her disappearance. Now, the girl did not speak English, so making her feel more helpless. Who's she going to go to? What's she going to say? The woman's now 25, has come forward to say that Garcia abused her mentally and sexually. Yet, after years of captivity and abuse, people looking from the outside see them, and they look like a happy family. They threw parties together, so neighbors are shocked.
She always seems happy, and he always makes good parties for her and everything.
How about Isidro?
Yeah, he was a really quiet man, and he always say hi to everyone.
And did it appear to you that she was under duress, or
No.
nothing to indicate that she's being kept against her will?
There he is, Isidro Garcia, the accused here. And I know you're thinking, who does this? You're basically mom's live-in boyfriend, and you're going to abuse and abduct her 15-year-old daughter. That's what we have. Let's bring in our expert, friend of the program, Dr. Charles Sophie. He's a psychiatrist. Let's start with him. And what is this about? Control and just taking the life of a 15-year-old, for lack of a better word?
Yes, absolutely. This is about a pedophile who preys on someone who is weak. It's a power balance. It's a bullying. It's a threatening to someone who is new to the country, hasn't mastered the language, doesn't know the social settings, and takes over. And that child is scared, and he reforms her and retracts her brain. She's really under hypnosis, basically, and she's captive.
Yeah, because a lot of people, wonder, okay, why doesn't she run? Because from reportedly here, she tried to run a couple of times, may have been severely beaten, and then his mantra to her is that, hey, the family's given up on you, and if you try and run, they're going to be deported. That's a common ploy, isn't it? They've forgotten about you, and if you do make a move, I'm going to make them pay too.
100%. It's fear-based, and it's a power balance that's shifted, and that child is afraid of that adult.
Okay, so the next step is how, and again, she's young, and it's hard to even fathom what she went through, but obviously you lose hope through this. When or how does she resign herself to this life at some point with this guy? She's forced into a marriage. They have a child together in 2012. Neighbors say they even threw parties together, a birthday party for their little girl.
I think the only redeeming hope for her was to have that child to hold on to, and that gave her the strength to probably carry through, to be able to at least be an entree to the outside world. But small things are the things that they'll hope for and hang on to get through the other side.
What, Doctor, to have a child with your abductor, like a J.C. Dugard, I mean, the levels of pain, yet joy because you have a child. How do you reconcile all that?
Well, it's a strong person, believe it or not. At 15 years of age, this young woman had a lot of integrity and a lot of inner strength to be able to see the light that would come through having a child. Despite having a bad beginning and how that child came to be, she still was able to use that as a object and a transition to be able to get herself through that love and that hope in that child.
We mentioned,
so it's a real gift on one level.
Yeah, we mentioned J.C. Dugard. She had 2 children with her captor, believe it or not. Again, she was snatched off the street at age 11, held captive for 18 years in Philip Garrido's backyard, raped and abused. She gave birth to 2 daughters, fathered by Garrido, obviously. Occasionally appeared in public, but too afraid to say anything and too afraid for her children's safety as well. But let's get back to this situation. And what kicks in to where you reach out on Facebook to a sister and open the door to your own freedom?
Well, I mean, let's remember, this is a young, immature child who is now evolving and growing along with her own child. So at a certain level, she will gain the strength, the judgment, the ability to reach out and come outside of that house. And social media is a wonderful tool for that, to be able to explore and let yourself be known that you may need help in a safe way. So good for her for having that strength. But let's not forget, this young woman has been brainwashed.